Hey guys, what's going on? It's Magic J here for another episode for Tea&Crumpets Hood Vlogs. We're here in West London, Portobello area. We got Gigi, the illustrator. This beautiful sister is going to be taking us around, telling us everything about her community, where she grew up, why she started illustration. You know, let's go.
My nan came here in the 70s and my mum was born in POWIS Square.
Right.
That's the Tabernacle.
Yeah.
Which is a community centre. It's luckily stayed the same. It's a lovely area. It didn't start off lovely, but it's very gentrified now. Yeah, the contrast in rich and poor is big in this area.
Yeah. Well, you got someone in there cooking. We might try and get them on camera if anything. You just go in there and see what's going on.
Yeah, they've got a Christmas fair going on today at 2 o'clock.
Okay. Hello, sir. Greetings. Catching you off guard. We spoke to your colleague down there. He's cooking up that lovely jerk chicken. And, you know, as a black man, I love my. So what is your involvement and within Tabernacle and this community?
So community, I'm born and bred here. My grandparents were pretty much involved in a lot of activism in the 60s and onwards, as well as my parents. So I've kind of followed in their footsteps. Okay. And what we do today is just provide different events and community projects and stuff, just to help out, just to give back and provide a foundation for the kids, the generations to come in. Yes, especially in these uncertain times.
Exactly.
And just
so see, we say you had your parents for the 60s or something. So what was your parents' involvement?
Carnival, there's a few things. Power Square, opening this place. So yeah, there's a few things going on at the time. But it wasn't just them, there was many more other people and they seem to be forgotten as time has gone past. But to be honest with you, it's we stand on their shoulders. Half of my family are from Guyana. Right. And coming from the Caribbean side is, they came into an area what was slums at the time. A lot of other immigrants as well, the Ukrainians, the Greeks and so on. And people tend to come together in them uncertain times and build foundations. And, a better way forward for people at the time who didn't have any hope. They were living in 7-8 people in one room. Yeah. These were all slums this area at the time. So we're the generations that have come from there. They're my grandparents' generations, and the generation.
They're the ones who are telling us the story.
Your nan and so on as well. So,
same. Our grandparents are friends. So,
Even me and the sister, when we was coming here, we was talking about how some of our families want to let go of their family home or don't want to sign over their homes to us to keep on that tradition. And that's one of the things what we as a Afro-Caribbean community is lacking.
Oh, 100%. And I think the integrity, the honesty, it's not this Caribbean people, but it's our generation that have lost that. The generation before, because our grandparents' generation, although they didn't have much, they stood together and they fought for what's right. As you said, the Black Power movement or whatever it was, Carnival or whatever it may be. But many of them stood together and fought for what was right. The generations that came after that kind of lost that. So we grew up in a world where it was predominantly run by crime and so on. And so a lot of us today who have gone through that, trying to now give back and build a safer, better foundation for the kids who are coming up, to provide them with a understanding that, your grandparents and your generations before you, your ancestors went through hell for you to be where you are now. And for you to just throw it away to buy houses and assets and nice clothes and jewelry, it's you can't compare that. So, it's about looking after each other. Why do you do what you do for the community? I said at the end of the day, it's as you get older, your parents die, your children move out, they get married and live their lives. Most of us will end up alone. The only people who are going to be around us are our community. Right. So if you don't have a strong community, what do you have?
Nothing.
Exactly. So, it's an investment for the future. We don't get anything out of this. We don't take money for it. We don't do anything. I may not even be here. He may not even be here. But we're providing something for people for the future. So
just walking past All Saints Church, and I heard that Mr. DIGGA DEES from around here, and he can utilise this place as well.
I think he used this in one of his videos. I know he's from around here.
Yeah. Did you do any work for him?
No, I don't. I don't know him personally, but yeah, I know he's from around here. He's younger than me.
But he's doing well during the industry, so you can't knock that kid right now.
Yeah, he's
regardless
doing
of
really
the type
well.
of music that he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's for his generation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Notting Hill Carnival, what happens on this street?
This is Rampage. Usually Rampage is here. I never come here for Rampage because one time I came here, I think I was 15, and
Rampage
people
got too
started
much beef,
throwing
man.
bottles.
That's one thing I know.
getting
Rampage has
trampled.
too much beef.
Yeah.
Too much beef there. But as I said, Rampage does good things anyway when it comes to carnival and bringing artists on stage and stuff like that. So big up to the Notting Hill Carnival organisers and Rampage. This is the road.
It's
It's empty now, but imagine in August.
In a few months.
Yeah,
it won't
imagine
be
in
empty.
August. It's going to be packed.
Yeah.
The legendary Portobello Road we're standing in. I ain't been here since Notting Hill Carnival.
Yeah.
Why we're here?
So Portobello Road has changed a lot. Most shops are chains or posh boutiques or posh coffee shops because no one can afford the rent round here. It's too expensive.
Oh, okay.
Too expensive to have like any other business really. So they have market stalls on the weekend, on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's, as you can see, it's very gentrified. Like
It is.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
And as what we were just talking about earlier on, you know, the Afro-Caribbean community, it was more of that type of diverse than how it is literally now. As you see, there's
it's not.
very diverse and gentrification, people outside pubs, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
to me, it's not how I used to see it as a kid, or even when I come here for carnival in the summer, you know what I mean? It's more. But things have to change, right?
I guess.
But what do you think? Do you accept change, or do you?
No, I'm not one for. I'm not very great with change, to be honest. I miss it. I miss how it used to be. I miss the
Afro-Caribbean.
It feels a bit soulless now.
Yeah.
This area feels soulless.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of billionaires. And
Because
then,
think about it, yeah. Because you remember, like, you know, I don't want to go on any sort of, you know, race war or anything. You know, we all know that Britain don't have no culture. We, the Caribbeans, brought the culture over here with the Asians, with the Africans, and so forth. You know, they just got history and they're warriors. You know what I mean? We're the calm ones. So when it comes to the culture, you know, that's missing in our community, and I think that's what we need to bring the soul back into, is communities like that. Because look,
I don't think.
I don't really see
I think
our
it's going to
faces.
get worse. I don't think we're going to get more.
Because honestly, I don't really see our faces walking around too much. You know what I mean? But
in the little pockets of the area, you do.
You do.
But here, it's touristy as well. There's a lot of tourists.
But you're gonna take us to a legendary record shop, so let's go to that.
Okay, let's go.
You see this shop, people, for me, like, it touches my soul and my heart, because I grew up in the sound system, you know, generation from my uncle called Asher, you know, goes by either Toshak or Stephen Tomlin. Yeah, he had a sound system called Destiny Sound System, and I remember as a youth coming to this spot, you know, and it's a good thing that I grew up in the Rasta culture myself, and the sister here, Gigi herself, took us to the place. I ain't been here for years. I've walked past here in Notting Hill, but you know, what do you remember about this store yourself?
I just remember it always being here. Like, yeah, it's always been here. My nan knew, like, they're friends of the family, you know. It's just a part of the history, you know. And hopefully it stays that way. Hopefully it stays here.
Yeah.
But I would be very sad. I'm sure a lot of people would be very sad to see this place go. So.
See what you say? Rastafari. You get me? One love, one blood.
Yeah, it's also a sound system at Carnival.
Yeah.
They have a sound system here at Carnival.
See, for me, it's in my heart, because I was a Ras. You get, I'm a Ras, born a Ras, had lots, still a Ras. You know what I'm saying? And people know this name, Rastafari. That's Selassie's real name. To me, it was a restaurant and a gathering for the Caribbean community.
Yeah.
For I remember as a child reading articles, and even during the pandemic, they had a show about this place. I don't know if it's on BBC or it's on Netflix, but they had a documentary right here, you know, about this place.
They do steel pans as well over Carnival, Mangrove. Yeah.
And this was an iconic spot, you know, in the area of Portobello Road.
Yeah, it used to be a spot where people from the area would come, like a little community.
We're gonna put up a little clip of how this place used to look,
Yeah.
And
I did an illustration of it as well.
Yeah,
actually.
she's done an illustration of it, and we're gonna put a little scene of the movie, and we will put it on the description, the link to watch the movie as well, so you can get an understanding and an understanding of what this place used to be and what this area means to the Caribbean community, because you know the Caribbean community was one of the people what came here and what brought the culture to this area.
So this is the last black-owned Caribbean restaurant in the area.
Wow.
Which is very sad.
And it's closed on a Sunday.
I'm pretty sure there used to be lots of them.
Yeah.
And this is the last of them. Yeah. I always come here. It's delicious.
So when you first came here, how did you feel?
I was super happy because I used to live around the corner from here, so I was like, yes.
So what was so coming to JD's Caribbean Takeout, what was your go-to Jamaican
What's
food?
my go-to meal?
What was your go-to? What was you like?
Well,
I want.
It still is. Oxtail. I like their oxtail, and they do a lunchbox deal.
So what's what's in the lunchbox?
So you can get curry mutton, oxtail. I think you can get fish, veg, chicken. Yeah, and it's like a little.
So basically,
meal, yeah.
but you like your oxtail, rice and peas.
Yeah, love it. I love all of it really.
You're planting.
Yeah.
Is it plantain or plantain? Which
Plantain.
one? Okay, that's good. So people, this shop is legendary to the community. Yeah, I guarantee a lot of people from Mangrove used to come around here also and eat food.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was here during those times.
Okay.
Actually, this opened in maybe 10 years ago.
Okay.
It was something else before that. I can't remember what it was. My nan would know what it was, but I can't remember what it was before that. But
We need to knock on Nanny's door then.
Yeah.
We look like we're in some army bunker, man. What's going on, man? This looks like something for like over 100 years old. So where are we?
So this is Cleverley Estate, where I grew up. It's a Peabody estate. And yeah, that's my old flat.
And explain what Peabody mean, like for those who don't know.
It's a trust. It's a housing trust. I think it was originally built for people in the army. And now it's just part of the council basically.
Right.
It's like
So Second World War.
I think it's a charity.
Okay.
Like you know how you have the council flats and then you have a trust that house for the council. That's what this is. Yeah.
So how long you stayed here for, and what was it like being in this small community?
Well, we moved here when I think I was 6. Well, after being in temporary accommodation, and then I lived here until I was 16 or 17, and yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
Because you was telling me something, you know, off camera, that there was a old lady who used to cause up ruckus to your pops.
Yeah.
You know, and she was a bit racist. So how did the racism being in this community?
Well, it wasn't that bad. It was just her, really. Yeah, it was just her. But this area is like quite mixed. But in all like communities, you've got like a little, you know, section of racist. You have sections of racist people everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it wasn't that bad, but yeah. So
it was good days playing out with the rest of the kids and having fun.
It was nice, yeah. It was a
block parties and stuff.
Not really, not on this side. The other side, there was more of that, but this side, because there's an old people's home here. Yeah. You didn't really get that.
Oh, you had to be more. You had to be more quiet, basically.
Yeah, and I lived right opposite it. So.
Yeah, so I see on your page, on your Instagram, that you put up a little article of ITV.
Oh yeah. I was on.
So how did you get that? What made ITV holler at you?
Well, they emailed me randomly.
Yeah.
And then they said, can we interview you? And I had no idea what it was for until on the day.
As they do.
Yeah, they said, so I came, they were like, can we meet here? I didn't have no idea, but I didn't know what it was going to be on, do you know what I mean? And then the woman came and then she was like, oh yeah, this is for ITV News and it's going to be airing tonight. I was like,
wow.
Yeah, so we walked around my estate and like I just basically spoke about my illustrations and the estate and stuff, and yeah.
So how was that for you, like, you know, first time on national TV?
Yeah, it was nerve-wracking, but it was exciting. It was really exciting.
Yeah. So where did that take you from there? Did you get other people contacting you because of the broadcasting?
Yeah, I got a couple people. Yeah. Like all in good time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the other side. This is like, as you can see.
Wow, it looks more better on this side. Got the basketball,
you've got
football
So
courts.
there's a lot more young people, which means there was a lot more, you know.
So you wish you lived on this side,
violent.
didn't you?
Not really. No, you know what? I don't actually wish I was on this side, because I used to be like, I used to be a bit of a nerd, and I was bullied in school. So like, I didn't want to be seen by anyone when I was little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I like it. It got a bit of modern to it.
Yeah.
You know, got the basketball court.
But I used to play here when I was really little. I used to play here.
Right, what was that there when you was here?
Yeah, yeah.
That same one?
It hasn't changed, yeah.
Oh, god damn.
Yeah.
The government ain't done nothing.
No, they haven't done anything.
Flipping hell. No, but do you know what it is? I could see me being on this side all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially playing basketball and football. You get
when
me?
I lived here, I'll be real, like, I felt like there was no hope.
Okay.
Like, I felt like you know, because when you grow up in a poor area, you feel like you're in a poverty trap.
Oh,
I really felt that. When I was growing up, I thought, like, I'm not going to be anything more than
You're not going to make it out.
this. And then when I moved to Ladbroke Grove, I didn't feel like that anymore, because it's so, like, because it's gentrified, you can see the other side of poverty.
Was it more diverse for you, like, you know, blacks, whites, different nationalities?
Yeah, and it's just there was rich people in that area, so you could see. I don't know, because it was closer to home.
Yeah.
You feel like it's more possible.
Right.
Whereas here, I thought never gonna leave, and I'm never gonna make it out. Like, I'm just gonna be stuck. This is where I used to go to play centre. It was an adventure playground, and I would get picked up after school, and my school was like just down the road. It was in the estate, basically.
That adventure playground must have been live.
Yeah. And we'd get picked up by like the people that work for the play centre, and we'd have to wear our little fluorescent vest, you know, those, like, yeah. And then we'd come here, and it used to be like a massive wooden climbing frame. It was huge. Oh wow. It's all over. This isn't it. Well, this is part of it, but it was over there, and yeah, it was fun. I used to do so many different things. They had these frogs.
Okay.
In a tank, yeah. And when it was summer holidays, they let me take the frogs. And I loved the frogs. I was literally fell in love with them. Brought them back.
Well, you did say you was a little nerd.
A day later, the frogs died. I was like, "Where's the frogs?" And they were like, "Oh, they didn't want to tell me that the frogs had died. They didn't. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's still a nursery, but it used to be. Because obviously I haven't been here for a good 10, 15 years. But yeah, see that building there, the green.
Yeah.
You can see where it used to be, but it's all overgrown now.
Okay, yeah, I can see it.
But this estate is huge. So
this is Australia Road, yeah?
Yeah, this is a huge estate. So like, it's like a community in itself, you know, like they have their own play centre, their own doctors, nursery, school, shops. You had everything.
And it's still a nursery.
It's still a nursery. Yeah, they started to gentrify the area after they built Westfield. So that building there, I think that's like luxury flats.
Okay.
They built luxury flats there, and then I don't know what they're going to do, but they're probably looking to, like, you can see that building looks quite new. Yeah. So what they're trying to do, I don't know if they're knocking the place down. They're probably not.
But gradually they might not.
But they might start to.
Because when we was coming up here, like, we was entering into this community, we saw a lot of buildings what used to be like this.
Yeah.
Half knocked down.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the gentrification in this community? Do you think it's okay? Do you think you agree with it, or do you think, you know, you prefer how it was when you was coming up?
Well, I prefer how it was when I was growing up, because it's nostalgic. You know, because it's a part of, like, you know, my history. But I understand that they probably need to, I understand why they do 3 generation programs, but I'm not sure if it's 100% as innocent as they make out. Yeah, you know, they say, oh, like, this is to, I don't know, ramp up the area, and because there was a lot of crime. I'm not sure how true that is. I feel like a lot of it is just to, you know, push the poor people out of the area and
because,
make more money for the rich.
Because I know, because you know where I live, you know, I live in North London, and you know, down the road from North London we got Wolverhampton Cross, Cheshunt, Hoddesdon, Hitcham, and you know the borough of Hertfordshire, and I know a lot of those people commutes back into London to work in the city. So what me and my cousins and a lot of us always used to say is that they're looking to bring those people from there here, redevelop the place, and put them in there so they can commute to their work quick as possible.
It's like what they did to Brixton. In Brixton, there was like a massive community, and they moved them all up to Croydon.
Yes.
And now there's high crime rates in Croydon.
And that's what I tell people. That's where they started. They started in Brixton. They came to Wembley, redone Wembley Stadium and all that whole area, and then even came back into Dalston, Shoreditch, and changed a bit of everything. And then so gentrification. They're doing that in my borough in Tottenham, Harringay. But they're doing it all over London now, and they're trying to move people. There's people I know who's moved to Birmingham, Leicester, Liverpool, and they don't want to move there, but it's like they have no choice because they figure, okay, I'm getting a 5-bedroom house with a garden, and in London I can't even get that.
And what they do as well is when they do these regeneration programs, they offer the residents money to move. So they say, oh, we'll give you £6,000 or we'll give you £3,000 if you move to, I don't know, Dagenham or something. And then people have never seen that kind of money before. They've never had that. They never had that amount of money. So they're like, oh, £6,000, I'll take that. And then they go, and then they're like, hang on a minute, actually, £6,000 is not that much money, and I've just uprooted my whole, my history and that's my
what
life.
They're doing.
I moved out of London.
And that's what they're doing. And I watched something recently, and they was talking exact the same thing, but they don't realise that when they move, like, wait a minute, I want to come back. And then they find it hard to come back. And they've raised the rent and everything. Okay. We're at the Grenfell Tower Memorial Site. So talk to us, because you was telling me a little story that your mum and her partner used to live on the opposite side of the block.
So at the time when it happened, my mum and her partner were living in Lancaster West Estate, which is right at the bottom of it. And when it was going on, they could see everything. They watched it all happen. It was horrible.
So for you coming back to your mum's house and even seeing the news articles and the news itself, national news itself, how did you feel coming up in these type of areas, knowing that hundreds of people's lives was taken in this building behind us?
Oh, it was devastating. I lived with my nan at the time, who's just up the road. So, I came back from my friend's house to the area, everyone was just like beside themselves. There was firefighters everywhere. All the roads had been cut off. And when I realised what had actually happened, it was really depressing time. It was horrible for everyone in the area. I mean, I can't even imagine what it was like for the victims, but the whole area was affected,
And this was June 2017, right? Right, because I remember that year I was preparing myself to go to New York for the second time, and I was going to work, and I saw all the commotion on the news. Everyone was coming in the college that I was working in, sad, what I mean? It was definitely a horrible time, and even when I took that, my neighbour dropped me and my boy to the airport, and we came past, and it round here from the motorway looked like a ghost town. So how has it been coming around here since 2017 to now?
Well, I think this section of the area, so this section of Ladbroke Grove it's very depressing. The energy is like there's still, because there's been no justice, people are still angry, and it's like everyone's kind of just walking around like not knowing what to do with themselves, because this is we're staring at this every day, and you have.
So do you know what's happening? So do you know what's happening to this site? Because
I don't know what's
because
happening.
I've been past here since 2017 to now to go to different locations, and all I see is this white sheet over this building, and it says Grenfell on the top.
I don't know what they're planning to do with it. I'm not going to lie, I don't know, but they need to do something, because you know, I don't know.
Do you think they should do
something?
something?
Why they're not?
Do you think they should do something like the World Trade Center? How they just put like a little memorial waterfall.
Yeah, that's what they should do. Yeah.
Or something there to highlight this area and put a plaque with everyone's names on it.
Yeah, they would have to do something like that. I mean, they couldn't rebuild what they originally wanted to do. So before Grenfell happened, they originally wanted to knock it down and rebuild and do like nice, fancy, posh flats.
Yeah.
And the residents contested against it.
Yeah.
And then
all of a sudden
it burnt down. You know,
so it's a suspicion.
It's a bit weird. There's a bit of a conspiracy around it. Yeah. But I don't think they would do that now. I think they probably just build a park. Hopefully, I mean, hopefully they would do something nice.
Right.
You know, in memory of it. But I mean, what can you do that's nice when something like that's happened? It's just tragic.
So, as you're a drawer and illustrator, have you done something to commend this area?
Yeah, I've done an illustration of Grenfell when it was, you know, when it wasn't burnt down. Yeah. And that was from the view of the train station, Latimer Road train station. You can see the building. I put like some you know, heavenly sun rays and some birds around it and stuff. Yeah, it's just a horrible time.
Yeah. So we're in your mum's block.
Well, it's where she lived. She lived here with her partner for a while.
And this is where you said you saw.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but her and her partner, I think they were. I know her partner saw it, and they lived there, and they watched it happen.
What made you get into illustration?
Well, I've always liked drawing. I've always done art. I went to the Brit School. I studied film, and then I did animation, 2D animation at university. And then I stopped doing it for a while, and then I picked it back up and I started illustrating, and then that's when I got into drawing estates.
Okay, so with drawing estates, like, what made you think to yourself like, I'm gonna go to different areas, take pictures of the most iconic blocks, and just start doodling away?
It just happened. Like, I was listening to a song one time, and it reminded me of when I was little. It was a garage song, and then I was like, oh, this reminds me of White City, and I drew White City, and then I posted it because this was like the first when I just started putting stuff on social media. So I posted it, and then it got quite a bit of like hype. Everyone was like, oh my god, like, memories, this is nostalgic, blah blah blah. And then I just thought, oh, I can do Cleverley now, or I can do, you know what I mean, this estate and that estate, and it just kind of grew from there, really. Yeah, it was like a natural.
Because what I like about looking at your page is how you do it is like a cartoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, I'm looking at it, I think, so, okay, is someone gonna start walking? Is someone gonna start dancing? Is someone gonna kick a ball? Am I gonna see some leaves blowing down the street? And then all of a sudden I hear music with the pictures. I'm like, that is dope as fuck. So what gave you that mindset with the colours, with the sketches? Because obviously, you know, a lot of people can say that they draw, but not a lot of people can draw and illustrate.
Yeah.
So what gave you that thought to put the colours with the theme of the picture?
I don't know. I feel like it's just like a mood. It's like whatever mood I'm in. Like, let's say I want to do something nostalgic, I'll maybe use more orange, warm colours. It kind of just comes in the creative flow. Like, while I'm working, I'll think of the colours that I want to. It just naturally comes inside. And kids can play freely and safely in these blocks.
Wow. This looks like it's the outside inside.
Kind of looks like a prison. And they actually filmed Adulthood here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's why I recognise this block then.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This looks like the outside inside, but this looks ghetto as fuck. And it does look like a prison. It does,
Yeah,
like, it just like all the rooms for the prison cell doors, and then the stairs where you go through.
I'd love to find out like what the architecture.
Yeah, the reason. Yeah.
Of
Because even
design.
up here, it looks like I could tell, like, for example, the CEOs will be walking across and looking down, and probably a snooker table will probably here.
Yeah. But inside, the flats are really spacious, and they've got massive windows as well.
Wow.
They're lovely flats, really nice flats.
This is crazy.
Imagine this is your home. Like, you love the layout, like, you love the big windows, you love the community, and then they just one day come and say, oh, we're knocking this down because of a regeneration program, but you can have £6 to move to Dagenham. You'd be outraged. That's why people don't like. That's why people get so angry about their estates being knocked down, because it's their home. Their home of years and years, like generations.
So as we are just strolling through Tavistock Gardens, I want to pitch on something. You done some artwork for a popular musician, now turned presenter, Big Zoo. How did that come around?
Well, he's I've known him for years, and he liked my art, so he asked me to do a cover art for one of his songs, and then we did that, and then I've done 3 now for him. Yeah.
So what's the response for his artwork?
I think people liked it. I did one of like a take on Van Gogh's sunflower painting.
Yeah.
And it's of a weed plant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed doing that because it's a bit different to like what I would usually do. I don't usually do, you know, because I usually draw like people and buildings.
Yeah.
This was like a plant, so it was a bit different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
So what do you think about his success? Because like a lot of us know him from the music scene, and when I saw him transition into a presenter, and you know, I'm hearing him on advertisements, his voice on advertisements. So as someone who knows him, you know, what do you think of his new success as a presenter and a full-grown entertainer?
I think it's brilliant. You know, I think that it's well deserved, and he's perfect. He's perfect for it. You know, he's got the personality.
Because there's not much people like him.
Someone saw that in him, and he's made a success out of it, which is great.
So do you think more people in the music industry as a you know, music artist should try and, you know, even tap into that world because of the, you know, maybe they got that type of energy or vibration, or, you know, is it like an open field for people to join or not to join? I think if someone has the personality and that kind of, you know, like the TV personality to do that, then yeah, definitely. Because it's just like, for example, like, you know, like KSI, you know what I mean? Everyone knows him as being that YouTuber, doing stupidness with his brother Deji,
you know,
and then getting into the music, doing boxing now, and you know, he's got one of the most famous drinks in the world now. You know what I mean? So
I didn't know that. I didn't even know who he was until like last year.
Oh,
I live under a rock.
we're taking her out the rock now. She's out the rock.
Yeah. But he's done well for himself. So I think it's just, you know, staying away from trouble and sticking to what you're good at and sticking to what drives success is the way to go, you know, when you're from the hood, so to speak.
Is that taking the stereotype out, right?
Yeah.
Because like in the day we're stereotyped to be one place and we can't break out of the hood, but people don't realise the most creative people is from the ghetto, is from the hood.
Yeah, because it's like where pain can drive creativity.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, as we're on this beautiful, College Street, what is your favourite illustration?
Off the top of my head, God, I've done quite a lot. Do you know what? I quite like the one that I did of Gascoigne Estate.
Oh wow!
Is that how you say it? Gascoigne. I really like that one because it has a granny in it and a kid, and I grew up with my nan, so it's I wanted to recreate that, and everyone kept saying to me, "Oh, can you do Gascoigne Estate?" Yeah. So I did it finally, and because it's like one of my most requested, most recent, and sentimental. But I've done loads that are sentimental. So, but That's my favourite one so far, I think.
So what estate in London or in the whole of the UK, could be Scotland, Wales, Ireland, would you like to go to or take a draw?
I want to go to Birmingham actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that to the Bullring and all that stuff?
I don't know many places in Birmingham, but I'm sure people will comment and tell me where to go. Birmingham, Leeds, Manchester, Liverpool. I know there's loads of estates outside of London.
Yeah. Newcastle.
Newcastle, yeah. Maybe even Scotland. And maybe Ireland. But yeah, it would take years.
You might find some Irish roots down there.
To do everywhere, yeah. But it would be good to cover like other parts.
And what do you think about this road? Because we're on this well-coloured road and we see a lot of people taking photography outside the well-coloured houses and apartments.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to it, so you know, I find all this a bit irritating, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's nice architecture.
Would you do a drawing of this road?
Yeah, I've done one of Lancaster Road, further up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should do one really.
There you have it. It's another Tea and Crumpets episode. You know, I'd like to thank the lovely lady. Let me step down because I look like I'm 6 foot tall, but I'm not. I'd like to thank, you know, Gigi, the illustrator, for taking us around West London, showing us everything that she grew up on, the blocks, the area, the community, you know what I mean? Yeah, where can we find you? If anyone wants to reach out to you to purchase an illustration or even get their own illustration done, where can they find you?
Instagram, Gigi the illustrator on Instagram. Oh, yeah, and TikTok. It's the same, like my name's the same everywhere, so just find me on Instagram really. Yeah, TikTok and Instagram.
So guys, there you have it. This was another Tea and Crumpets UK Hood Vlogs with Gigi, the illustrator, Magic J, and see you in the new year.
Thank you.